Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me on my little Facebook chat, Conscious Eating, Conscious Living. I am in Metcalf, and I live in this beautiful community of Delta, British Columbia. And today, it's a little bit of a reflection on my work as a teacher and, the kinds of things that I see in the classroom. And I see in my grandchildren, which are so special. And I'm outside in my garden, and I like to just take a moment just breathe in the beautiful energy of who we are, this beautiful garden, this earth, the soil that we get our food from, and this entire planet within the cosmos. It's just a beautiful time to be. The heaven is here within us all. So, thinking about our topic, what if we taught our children how to be human? And you might wonder, well, what kind of a question is that? We're all humans. But when we look around the world today and looking at the state of things, in the wider world, and then our family, we see things happening that, that's not a very humane way to act. And, as a teacher on call, I spend time with children from kindergarten to grade 7. I see bright minds, incredible creativity, endless energy, and a deep desire to belong. Yet I often find myself wondering, our efforts to teach children math, reading, science, technology, test taking skills, are we spending enough time teaching them how to be human? Research increasingly suggests that success in life depends more than academic knowledge. Studies in social emotional learning have found that skills such as empathy, self awareness, cooperation, emotional regulation, and relationship building are linked to better mental health, stronger relationships, improved academic performance, and even greater workplace success later in life. And also physical, our healthy physical being. Um, can make such a big difference. Some educators point to research from Harvard and other institutions suggesting that long term success often depends as much on interpersonal and emotional skills as it does on technical knowledge. While children certainly need literacy and numeracy, they also need the ability to communicate, collaborate, solve problems, and work respectfully with others. And sometimes I see that as kind of missing in some of the classrooms that I teach in. I in classrooms I see this every day. Give a group of students a puzzle to complete, and something fascinating happens. Some groups cooperate naturally, others struggle. Sometimes one student takes over while others just watch. Occasionally, a quieter child just works at, maybe they're putting colors together. Um, and it just, there's one is an organizer, the quiet organizer, just putting a little piece here, a little piece there. And the puzzle becomes much more than a puzzle. It becomes a lesson in communication, patience, leadership, listening, and teamwork. What if these were viewed as essential life skills rather than extras? Many educational thinkers, including Maria Montessori and Rudolf Steiner, believe that education should nurture the whole child, not just the intellect, but the heart, the character, the creativity, the imagination, and the connection to life itself. And today's neuroscience is beginning to support many of these ideas. Research suggests that gratitude practices can improve well being. And we know when we practice that ourselves as adults, to me, that just creates sort of that peace within. And the peace within creates the peace within our entire planet. And mindfulness can strengthen our attention. Acts of kindness can increase feelings of connection and belonging. And one famous series of studies, often called the marshmallow experiments, explored self regulation and delayed gratification. While later research revealed the story is more complex than originally thought, the broader lesson remains important. Children benefit from developing patience, resilience, emotional awareness, and the ability to manage impulses. And I was listening to somebody recently, and they said, when, say, anger comes up, wait 90 seconds, and then it starts to dissipate. And then you can answer in a more mindful way. Perhaps one of the most important qualities we can cultivate is curiosity. Curiosity keeps the mind open, and it encourages children to ask questions rather than rush to judgment. Instead of teaching children what to think, we can help them learn how to think, how to observe, question, and reflect. And especially with the sort of the AI and devices, and the kids are so quick to sort of find answers on their devices, that there's a little bit of us that gets lost in that, and that genuine, humane human. We have all those qualities within us, everyone. It's been gifted by the Creator itself. Another important quality is compassion. Every child and every adult carries an invisible backpack filled with experiences, hopes, fears, and challenges that others cannot see. When children learn to consider what another person might be feeling, they begin to develop empathy. Empathy is the foundation of healthy families, strong community, and peaceful society, where we are actually looking after and watching each other. Respect for nature may also play a vital role. Author Richard Louv popularized the term nature deficit disorder to describe the growing disconnect many children experience from the natural world. And I often see that. Some of the kids, they're playing around the trees and hugging and just doing all sorts of things, and creating little imaginary villages with the stones and the soil. And others um, don't. So I feel there's that disconnect um, the children have. And the research continues to show that time spent outdoors can reduce stress, it improves their attention, enhances creativity, and support overall well being. A child who learns to notice a bird, a tree, a bee, or the intricate patterns of a leaf is also learning awareness, patience, wonder, and appreciation for the living world. Many wisdom traditions speak of humanity evolving beyond fear, competition, and separation towards a greater cooperation, understanding, and connection. David Suzuki has just explained that so well in all of his, excuse me, years of sharing his passion for the earth and the interconnectedness that we are. We are part of nature. And that cooperation, understanding, and connection, and whether one views this as spiritual growth, consciousness development, or simply becoming a kinder human being, the direction is similar. We need people who can think critically while remaining compassionate. We need people who can disagree respectfully, cooperate effectively, and care for both humanity and the earth. Perhaps the question is not only what facts our children need to know, but what qualities do they need to develop? Can they listen, cooperate? Can they show kindness when no one is watching? Can they think critically while remaining compassionate? Can they care for one another and the earth? These may be some of the most important lessons of all. Every conversation, every act of kindness, every moment of wonder and curiosity plants a seed. As parents and grandparents, teachers and mentors, we may never know which seed takes root, but each one has the potential to help grow a more conscious, compassionate, and genuinely humane future. Just breathe in the air. And just knowing there are people out there helping one another. There are people helping all of us in different ways. Most of all, as a teacher, I would teach them that their worth is not measured by grades, trophies, likes, or achievements. Their value comes from who they are and how they show up in the world. Kindness, integrity, patience, courage, and love are qualities that can never be taken away. Perhaps the greatest gift we can offer our children and grandchildren is not simply knowledge, but the ability to live with awareness, compassion, curiosity, and respect. These are the seeds that grow into wise, caring, and genuinely humane adults. As another school year ends, perhaps the question we leave with is this: if our children remembered only a handful of lessons from us 20 years from now, what would we hope those lessons would be? The answer may tell us far more about the future we wish to create than any report card ever could. So that is my reflections on this year of teaching kindergarten to grade 7, and just seeds for thought. And as you work in your garden and you've got your grandchildren playing with you or your children, just remember, what is it we want to teach them for the future, for their future? For we will no longer be there. We might be spirits, um, living, sharing with them from afar, and they are living their life. So thank you for joining me. Please come to my app, Authentic Sacred Design, where I look at body, mind, spirit, earth. We're all one, and I separate it into a few things. We've got Friday food gems, Ayurvedic thoughts on proper food combining, and a bit of laughter yoga if you need a bit of a laugh. There's 375 days of laughter yoga where I just invite you to just be as silly and playful as you can be and just reawaken that child within you. So much to all of love to all of you. Have a beautiful day, and until we meet again, thank you.